get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it the Shoshie way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear what I say. Watch real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above, and if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshie can enter my world, watch what grows. And when I'm through, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
And we're live. It's Shoshie from Shoshie's Minis. Thank you so much for joining us. It is Friday, right? We're almost done with the week and we're ready for the weekend. Hello, our Rizar BR, Mr. Snowyhack, the Island Painter. We've got Val Thornillion and Lamunis. I know I'm gonna get that right eventually. Who else we got? We got Steve Ame, Texas, Nick's Minis. Keziah was first in the chat today. So we are getting 6 to 8 inches of snow this weekend. I'm not looking forward to that, especially because Sunday was the day that I made plans with my Kingdom Death group, and I'm really hoping that they don't all cancel on me because of snow, because that will not be fun. I want to play Kingdom Death because we have lots of Kingdom Death to paint, and I want to show off the models. And then also, I made plans on Tuesday with a buddy to go walking, and I don't really want to walk around in snow. I know. So, how's everybody? We are ready to paint the Vixen from Kingdom Death, the Death High Vixen. It's funny because I had to change up my title in my stream. I put KD High Ringtail Vixen because for whatever reason, both Twitch and YouTube don't like death in the titles of things, which is really irritating because it doesn't necessarily mean anything's going on to do with that. So, sounds like New Year's and ABQ. ABQ. Where is ABQ? Is that, oh, Albuquerque? Yeah, totally. Sounds like New Year's in Albuquerque. Hey, Greek Knuckles, how are you? La Manus, La Manus. I will get it, I will get it. All right, let's get painting. I'm gonna switch screens here. This is what we've got so far. I did work on her a little bit. My lighting is a little bit messed up. There we go, that's better. It's funny because I've got, yeah, see how the light moves a little bit? The camera creates a shadow, but then I can't get a good close-up without, you know, it would be awesome to get a ring light for this camera. That would be fantastic. Hey, yo, Pascal, how are you? Are you both here to watch and learn from an awesome teacher? Oh, thank you so much. This is looking awesome. Thank you. All right, I'm ready to paint. Are you guys? So where's my little box? I had a box that had my artwork in it, so I can never find anything. You guys know me by now. The ever, here it is. I know I put it for safekeeping. The box, the Ringtail Survivors, all the Kingdom Death figures come in a box like similar to this, like a brown craft box. Griftrix. You have never seen Kingdom Death before my stream, and now you're obsessed with their art. I know. You're gonna try to make your model the same level of detail. Oh, very cool. So I've got the little nunchuck in there. And then here's the artwork that I'm using. Isn't she cute? Why can't I get it to focus? There we go. This is the artwork that I'm using as my my example that I'm gonna basically be painting from. So as you can see, we've got some, I'll show you the colors we've been using so far. So for her skin, we've used a little bit of basic flesh, a little bit of dark, pink flesh. I've also, I think I used a little bit of the pale skin. Those are all scale 75 colors, pale skin, pink flesh, and basic flesh. And what else have I used? I started on her outfit, which uses some Sahara yellow and some Sherwood green. There's scale 75, 11, 44. And I also have been using, this is what I've used for her coat and her leggings. Brown gray, 59. A little bit of brown leather for the tops of the thing, for the tops of the stockings. And then for her top, I used a little bit of this brown gray with a little bit of white sands. You see that? There we go. White sands. And I've been using for her hair a mixture. I think I've got Tindalos red, Mars orange, and Sol yellow. That's what I've been using for her hair. That's a good color for, she's a redhead for sure. And then I'll probably use some of the Tindalos yellow or red and some actual, like I'll change it to another red for the backpack. And of course, I did do the metal on her little rings here with just a little bit of Gamer silver. Do I not like to use the stand? No, I do like to use it. It's just, you guys know me. I am very forgetful. It's here, there. I'm using it. I just need to be reminded to use it sometimes. All right, let me see. Okay, that's pretty. I'm gonna fix my lighting a little bit. I don't know if I want it more shadowed, because actually the shadow looks pretty good. That looks good to me. How's that? All right. I'm going to make up the colors on her boots because obviously we don't have the colors on her boots. And I think to tie it all in, I'm going to use the brown leather. Yes, are you trolling me, Cajun Mage? Little brown leather on the palette. And I'm going to mix just a smidgen of, what do I want? I want to use a little bit of probably Arbuckle's brown. This is Arbuckle's brown, the Fantasy and Games on there, just for some, it'll be nice and dark. Yeah, that makes the brown a little bit more red. I might add a smidge of this green. Let's see what happens. You guys like to watch me mix colors, maybe? Ooh, no, I got water on my palette, or water on my desk. Hold on one second. I overfilled the palette. You really shouldn't have too much water in the palette, because when you go to lift it up, it will spill. It will spill. All right. Okay, green. I was just gonna, so green and red, when you mix them, they automatically make brown. So that is why, well, not automatically, but it depends on the mix. They will often make brown. So I'm gonna just try to see what happens. Now see, that desaturates it to make it more tan, because that does not have enough blue in it. Do you see that? Some very yellow green. So if I want to add, let me try a little bit of this green intensity ink. That might actually help darken my color because it's pure pigment. Yeah, it's fine either way. Let's try a little bit of that. There's the ink. Now this has definitely got blue in it, and so, ooh, not so sure about that. Not sure. No, I think I definitely like the red. I should just see what happens if I add some dark blue to it. What I'm going to try is maybe not Abyssal blue, it's the navy blue that I want to use. Where is it? Navy blue is really nice. Scale color. Is that it? That's deep blue. This will work. So deep blue is a dark blue, and if I mix blues and the reds together, I get like a deep purple. And hopefully we can get the right intensity of brown that I'm looking for. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a green blue. Ooh, yes. Yes, do you see how that? Let me see if I can get a good, my lighting, see how there's too much water in my palette. Let me see if I can dump some of this out. Put it into my little paint water jar here. So when you fill up your palette, you really shouldn't have excess water in it because it doesn't need it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I like that. This is a dark color, and I'm going to use this as a shadow color in other spots too. So I'm just going to hopefully make this the shadow color for my boots. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. Okay, so we'll just paint that entire boot. I'm going to take my glasses off. This model is tiny. I need to be able to see. And we talked about last stream how we paint our edges first like this, and then we can paint a little faster in the middle. That's one of my little speed tricks that I taught myself. And remember, if I have my glasses off, you want to do @Shoshie's Minis to get my attention for questions. So, anybody, what projects have you guys all been working on this weekend, or planning on working on this weekend? Maybe, hopefully, you guys won't be snowed in like I have planned to be. I don't want to be snowed in. Nice dark brown boot. That is going to be so cute. Oh my gosh. Now that makes me want to paint this whole tail dark brown too, and then do You know what, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna paint this whole tail dark brown, and then we're gonna highlight it up to other things. She's got a little cat or a little bear or something, a little fox maybe, on her backpack. I love how all of the kids, they have, all of the Death High kids, they have like a little toy with them. The White Speaker has a little Pokemon Pokédex. She's got a little cat or fox. Okay, there we go. I like that. See, we try to put the same colors back into the mini. And then let's do her other boot. And I see some questions. Let me check. I tried that. That works. Oh, good. Still working on Jessica Thunderhawk. Awesome. How long do you think that's going to take you, Pascal? And are you working on it full time or just in your off time? By the way, guys, if you aren't following Pascal Ruse, I think he's on Instagram as Pascal Ruse. You need to be following him. He's such a great painter and such a nice Dutchman from the Netherlands. Okay. What colors are on the hair? Sure, absolutely. Let's see. We showed this earlier. I think I based it with the brown leather, and then I've been building up the highlights with Mars Orange and Soul Yellow, and then a little bit of this Arbuckle's Brown or Tindalos Red, actually, Tindalos Red, for some of the reds in there. Because the Mars Orange is just a weird orange. It dries really chalky, and I never am satisfied with it. I would glaze it a little bit with some of the red. Oh no! It's a secret? What's a secret? Wait. Oh, it's a pita. I get it. Okay. Pascal, you should say pita. Then I'll know what you mean. If you don't know what pita means, it means pain in the tochas. You've been planning on sculpting something? Oh, cool. I would definitely like to see that. Hopefully it won't be too hot. That's right. Rosar is in the southern hemisphere and is experiencing summer right now, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong on that. Aw. Only offline. You'll be left with the hawk bearing. You're only left with the hawk. Oh, that's good. All right, I'm there. Got the last of that boot almost done. Oops, sorry, I'm off cam, guys. Blimey, intense. Brown leather Mars or Soul Yellow. Yeah, it is intense. And then Tindalos Red, which was a Fantasy and Games color. Yeah, do you want some reds? Because that Mars Orange is just not... Do you see how in the crevices of the hair, it's not really orange, it's more of a reddish orange, and you want that in order to get the contrast. But I did her hair I did the front of her hair off stream. Well, I can't remember. Did I do it off stream? You guys will know. And we'll do the back of her hair on stream. Oh, I'm not happy with the light. Okay, let me take glasses off here. The studio is super dry right now. I think that the humidifier is not on right at the moment, and so I'm noticing that my paint is drying very quickly, but it's also drying on my brush. Where's I have some not flow aid, but the dry retarder somewhere. Here it is, my handy dandy drying retarder pen if I need it, which I probably will for the hair, because we're going to go back to that. Do, do, do. All right. Okay, boots. Those look good. I love that color for her boots. Now I'm just checking here. Is there any spots that I need to increase contrast or color? Maybe a little bit up here in the hair. Bring up that boot color in her hair because red hair has some brown tones in it. Oh, there's a big cat hair. Look at that. Boom. Cat hair. Time to use emote. A bit late, but still congrats on the miniature monthly. Oh man, I know, I'm so glad. And Pascal, that was such a surprise. And it was really strange. Oh, Chris Paints Minis, thank you for the host. Really appreciate that. Especially because like I am not one of the best painters out there, and I was the only American nominated, and that was really odd and weird. But yeah, I guess you know, I think it's based on follower count on Instagram, to be honest, and that's never a good indicator of. I mean, I guess it means I'm good at social media. I don't know. It's weird for me to get into that. Yeah. You got a week of 40C. Oh my goodness, that is hot. Send it up here. Well, don't send it up here because that'll be bad for the planet, but we could use it. All right, I'm using a little bit of the Sahara yellow, although I probably need to be putting some of the Soul yellow into my green. I think I'm gonna, if I want to point out something on here, notice how bright this part is and this part is pretty dark. So I need to have some variances of the darkness. Let me try adding some of the green. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I'm adding yellow to my green now to see if I can make this pop a little bit. That's not bad. I like that. Looks good, 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 good. Whoa, we got a new follower. Raaka, or RAAKA 1974. Is that how would you like me to say your name? Thank you for the follow and welcome to class. Don't sell yourself short. You're an amazing painter and an inspiration to many. Mr. Snowiak, it is very hard. It is very hard. Because I look at the other people on that list, and I mean, like, Alfonso Hirales is on the list. I mean, a lot of painters that I look up to and I admire. So, you know, it's weird. It's humbling. I do try, and I like, you know what, it's funny because I yell at other people. I'm like, you know, I yell at other people not to sell themselves short also, and then I go ahead and I do it myself. I think as artists, we're often trained to be self-depreciating, especially when we're beginning. Okay, I know there's one more piece back here that needs to be green. There we go. But to be an inspiration to other people, that is fantastic. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you. I think I have. But I was like really like addicted to World of Warcraft in 2008 to 2009. And to be here where I am now, like helping other people and, like you said, being an inspiration, Like I was doing nothing with my life at that time. Nothing. I was sitting on my booty and I was like raiding someplace, you know? So I'm really happy to be here. Would you reckon how many painters we plebs look up to? Yeah, right? Exactly. Hello, Amberden. How's it going? You truly are inspiring. I'm glad. That makes me very happy. Okay, so now I want to get all my base stuff in here. All my basic colors, and then we'll start hitting all the details. I think I'm going to take some Tindalos red. Oh, that's a very dark brownish red. I think I'm going to use that for my base on this backpack. And then we'll figure out what to paint the cat in a second here. Or I'm pretty sure it's a fox. Holy cow! You're at the same place. You've been playing WoW since vanilla and realized you had nothing for. I know, Kapaka. You know what? I really feel for you because, like for me, I'm gonna be like some real truth bomb here right now. Like hard stuff to talk about for me. My bottom and it was an addiction. It was a World of Warcraft addiction, and I'm 9 years clean. I'm 9 years clean. I woke up when realized that I needed to change things when my daughter, who was just she was undiagnosed ADHD at the time, and she would work all day and night on her homework. Stargazer, thank you so much for hosting. I really appreciate it. Anyway, she would work all day and night on her homework. And she told me one day, she goes, "Mommy, you never play with me even when I get my homework done." And I was just like, oh. And that was it. That was thank you, Sneaky Tiny Small. That was it. I realized I couldn't remember what I had done with her last summer. And I was like, okay. You know, sometimes we can't do stuff for ourselves, but we can do it for our children, or sometimes we just need somebody else to be able to be that, you know, that motivator. And maybe I can be your motivator, and you can go like, you know, I wanna be able to paint professionally, or maybe I wanna just be able to express my art in a way that other people will be impressed by it. And I don't have to be professional, but I wanna, you know, I want people to really like enjoy it and be inspired by it. But it takes work and it takes practice. And so maybe if I can be that for you, that will mean those 2 years that I wasted weren't for nothing, because I inspired you, because I had to go through that to get to this. Aw, you're totally my motivator, one step at a time. I love how positive you are. That's awesome. Hey, are you talking about me? Pascal, a little bit, actually I was, because I know that you don't paint professionally, but you absolutely could if you wanted to. So, you know, you're definitely super talented and inspiring to other people. Yeah, it's deep. I know. Especially a day like today at work. Yeah, exactly. I think I need a Guinness. Nikki says, I uploaded good pics to my Insta on my Vixen and refreshed it. And then I was like, looks way better now. Oh wait, this one's not mine. Sneaky, I want to ask you, before we go any farther on her, is there anything you need to like anything I should know about painting her that would help me or that would help other people? Like I'm just following the artwork, but I know you came up with a whole different scheme. Like, did you put any details or anything? There we go. All right, let's do some little details on the boots. Now the boots are dark, so that means the reflections are teeny tiny. Don't forget the strap of the bag. Yes, see, that's exactly the kind of information I needed. Thank you. Let me give Sneaky 5 points for that, because that was I was gonna forget the bag. You forgot it. I did too. Tiny small. There we go. Pascal says, I like my hobby to be my hobby, make a little bit of money with it just to finance a hobby, but truly love teaching this stuff to others and just, you know, showing off my work. Oh yeah, totally. That's great. I'm so glad that it is a hobby that you can do that with. Okay, hold on. I gotta I want to show you guys something. I put that Tindalos red on the wet palette and look what happened. It's like, because I've got my wet palette a little bit too wet, it soaked up that water because the fantasy colors are already really liquid. And so it's soaked up that water, and now it's really too glazed out for me to paint with the way I want to. Now I'm going to add more. I'm going to see if I can put this in my, I got one of these little wet palettes here. Put that in here instead. Notice I hardly ever clean this thing out. I'm so lazy. Okay. And one thing I'm also showing you guys is that you don't have to be the perfect painter and have a perfect desk. I mean, you can be a lazy ass painter like me. Can't be asked. All right, let's see if I can do this bag. She's got a strap that goes under her arm that if you already painted it all, it's kind of tricky. Oh, you see, I already got it some on her arm. That's okay. Now that I've got the Tindalos in the well palette. So I just want to tell you guys, Julio Cabos is the studio painter for Scale 75, and he does not use a wet palette at all. He does his glazes with the airbrush. Well, no, he does his glazes with the regular brush too, but what I was going to say was that he's old school, and he uses a lot of the Spanish painters I know don't necessarily use wet palettes. I like it for commissions because I can come back to it, and I've got my colors already in there. There we go. That looks good. Thank you for telling me to paint the bag on that. Okay, so let me get the shadows of the bag real quick. I'm going to come back in here with the dark red. And layer those up. Oh yeah, I love that color. Oh my goodness, so pretty. This is the second coat, and it's a lot more opaque because it wasn't so thinned out by the water. Oh, you know what I just realized? This little bear, that might be the tail for that little ringtail. It's like a little ringtail fox on her. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. So adorable. Okay. Take a look at chat. You love your color for color. Kapaka, I took a color theory class in college, and I've always loved color, but one of the things, I want to show you guys something really quick here. So this is something that I learned back in college when we were in my color theory class, and I think in my watercolor class as well. Where can let me give a piece of paper so I can show you this. Hold on a second. So my art teachers told me that whenever you open a brand new set of paints or whatever you buy, you're gonna make like a 1 inch by 1 inch grid, or whatever centimeter, I don't know, for you Europeans. Okay, so I'm just gonna make my little grid here. You're gonna make it as big as you need to, for as many colors as you have. So let's say you only have 5 colors. So you're gonna make a 5 by 5 grid. Make them about the same. Ah, that was too big. Okay, so that's good enough. And then let's say you have your colors here. Let's say I'm gonna pick my colors. I'm gonna pick 5 colors. We got some primaries. We got that one, we got that. Okay, and there's that. That's my 5 colors. And put them in order, like RG-Biv. Let's see, how's it go? It goes, yeah, that'll be right. No, it won't be. More like that, right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. So that's my order, okay? And you're gonna do, right? This is a little color mixing class here for you guys. No problem. It's okay to be quiet. I don't mind, especially if you're working. I don't want anybody to get in trouble. I'm happy that you're watching, even though you're at work. Not only a good teacher, but a fun teacher. Oh, yay. Good. Okay. This is what you're going to do with your paints that you own. Let's pretend this is all the paints that you have. And now, so this isn't supposed to be wet. You might have this on a palette or whatever. You're going to mix 2 and 2. Red and red is red, so that's just going to be straight red, right? You know what? I just messed this up. You know what I was supposed to do? I was supposed to have them opposite. Shoot. Okay, so let's do it opposite. So we're going to have to do it like this. So red and blue. So 50-50, try to pick it up 50-50 is a purple, right? Oh, that's pretty. See there? And then we've got yellow and blue, this blue. Ooh, try to get it 50-50. Yellow and this blue. You're gonna have different, see those are pretty close, but they're just a little different. They're just a little different. It really shows you how to mix your colors. And when you train yourself that this color has just a little bit more this in it, these probably are very similar. This one has more white in it, right? So here's a little green, and then we'll put a little bit of that yellow in it. It's probably gonna get brighter. It's gonna get more yellow, see? There we go. You can see what's happening, right? Yellow and yellow is yellow. Okay. And then the yellow and the red. So I'm teaching you, this is if you want to learn to have an eye for color, make one of these charts. Teach a so wise one. Yes, I love teaching. I really do. Let's see what happens when we mix this green and this red. Now this exercise is also really fun. Ooh, that made a very poopy color. Look at that. That's a technical term, poopy color. Red and green usually make a brownish color. Okay, so we already know that yellow and green make this, so we can skip that one, but we could do it anyway if you want the full grid. Let's see what green and green we know makes green. So that one can stay there. The blue and the green, let's see what that one makes. Tindalos. Ooh, that's very pretty. See, they're just a little different, right? If you know how to mix colors, you don't need to buy as much paint. And then you can start using those artist colors or the Chimera colors. Chimera, I want to tell you, what I love about Chimera is that they are trying to encourage hobbyists to mix. And so they're probably not going to put out 3 million colors because you don't need, with those high intense colors, you don't need a lot of color. Let's do that last one right there. They were almost the same, right? They're 50-50. Those two should be the same. Okay, let's do red and blue. I want you to see how this looks. I know some of you might be bored, but I really want you to see how this looks when we get to the end of this, and you'll see how valuable this could be. Now, red is a strong color, so you may not need 50-50. There's a beautiful purple. See that? Now the yellow and the blue. My yellow's drying out. That's another thing you'll learn, is certain colors dry out faster than others, which is very annoying for painters. You'll always find that reds and whites, and it's almost across everything, tend to, there we go. Yeah, if you did that, you wouldn't be worried about lockdown. You'd be more worried about the 40. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Ooh. So that's the same color as this, technically. Except for I need a little bit more blue in it. There. So that's the same color as that one. If you did this the right way and flip these and put the blue, do it backward on the top, and then do it that way, then you'd be doing it right. I forgot, there is a wrong way to do this. Okay. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So those two should be the same because that's the green and the blue again. And then the light blue. There you go. Light blue and the dark blue. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? You don't need more paint. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. We always need more paint, right? There we go. That's a darker, that's a mid-tone between those two. So now you've made a triad, right? You know now that if you do this one, and this one, that's a pretty good triad. And I'll bet you money that that is pretty dang close. Sky blue is pretty dang close to this mix. Because they did make some triads in this line. But I'm pretty sure that is supposed to be the lighter part of that one triad. Okay, so there's that. And then let's do the light blue real quick. Light blue and red. Notice how the reds change down the line. So we won't need to do it on that one because we've already got it on this one. And then the yellow. Do we already have a yellow in the light blue? I don't think we do. That's pretty. Oh, yeah, we do. We have it over here. Okay. So technically you should only need half of this grid. It should actually make a triangle. So if you line it up correctly and you do it the way you're supposed to do it, which is not how I did it, you'll have your colors here, right? And then you'll have your colors here. And then you'll need, see, how am I doing this? I put too many, there we go. There. Da, 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 da. Yeah, it'll look more like that. And you'll only have to do half. But you get the idea, and you can see how valuable just doing 5 colors. Now do it pick out your colors for your next palette for like Fox, and then just mix the colors that you've got right there. A lot of times I will go online and I'll do like sunset color scheme, and I'll pick out a color scheme, and then I'll mix those colors and I'll get something pretty cool. I'll show you. Where's my phone? Of course it's here. So like if you go online and you just do a Google, if I get an image search, sunset, let's do Fox color scheme and see what happens. Okay, color scheme, there we go. I did Fox color scheme, look what pops up. Images, and then we've already, like, people have already done this. And then I go pick out my paints that kind of match, and then I mix them together to see what other colors I can get from that, right? And then I might add like one or two other colors, but that's another way you can take some of the work out of your painting. So that is tidbits by Shoshie. Tidbits. Somebody like make that a highlight. Maybe I need to make that a highlight, so we can save that for later. You're checking the Chimera colors out, and they have a color mixing chart. Yay! That's awesome. At a certain point, you're not looking for new colors, but rather new paint qualities. Exactly. That is exactly right. New paint qualities, because they are all a little different, all a little bit. And some paint qualities may not go with your style, right? Saturation, consistency, application, texture, matte, gloss. We're going to give Pascal 5 points for that, because that was a gem. Okay, I'm going to say that again. This is what Pascal said. At a certain point, you're not looking for new colors, but rather for new paint qualities like matte, gloss, consistency, application, texture, saturation. So that's what Pascal says, and I agree completely. We give out points on this channel for awesome advice and information, because I'm not the only teacher in the room. We are all here to learn from each other. There we go. Do I have a limit on how many colors I use on a miniature? I don't have a mental limit, but I usually, if I have some colors already on my palette, if I can get away with mix, like let's say I need a green. If I can get away with mixing a blue that I've already used with a yellow I've already used, instead of getting a new color off of my paint rack, then I'm gonna do that. So it's not about how many colors, it's about how many paint bottles I tend to open. I try to keep it limited. And you know, it's true, if you have your primaries primaries and black and white, I mean, generally you can mix all the colors, but I mean, if you're a professional painter, you don't have time for all that. I mean, sometimes if you're painting, especially if you're painting armies, now if you're painting display, sure, go ahead and do your whole paint mix on your wet palette, blah, blah, blah. But if you're painting armies and maybe you don't have a wet palette, having paints in bottles is really helpful, because you can just reach for that. Like, how many times are you going to be able to mix that exact color gray? That's what's a pain in the butt about acrylic. But like, if I want a brown gray and this is the color, then I can just get that, right? Makes it so nice. Teacher's pet, teachers. Yes. What you do with it, Pascal, is do exclamation point points, and you can see you get points from watching me, you get points from me giving them away in channel, and then later, whenever I have giveaways or any kind of I have like not raffles, because you don't pay. Well, yeah, raffles. We do raffles with the points, and a lot of times I'll give stuff away. Like painted minis or unpainted minis and different things. We've given away wet palettes. We've given away a bunch of different things. So, Trillion, how are you? On the Reaper, so Greek Knuckle says on the Reaper forums in the paint section, there's a 3-color challenge and black and white. There's a 20-color chart with black and white has 19 and white has 20. You roll a D3 three times and those are your colors. That's really fun. That is really fun. Trillion! Wow, feels like a lot less with 8 months in a row. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Mad love. We're gonna give you some hype. We're gonna give some hype. There we go. Thank you so much. That is great. Okay. Now we're back to the mini. There we go. So we were gonna paint the highlights on the boots, or maybe I was gonna finish this backpack. Maybe that was what I was gonna do. Probably that. Yeah, let me finish the backpack real quick and then we will go on. Get my palette back out here. You can see things are drying. The edges of my paint are drying. The studio is so dry today. I need to go start my humidifier. When I walk across the studio, I get static. There we go. Okay, let's do this. I want to get everything base coated minimum. So I'm going to paint this fox thing brown to be my base coat. And then we'll go do details in a little bit. So cute. Yeah, I have to have glasses off for this because this is tiny. Okay, a little water. Thank goodness I am using the wet palette, or I would probably have everything dried out on my model already. Or on my brush rather, before I even touch the model. Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. Now, I think for the tail, I'm going to use a little bit of this brown for my highlights. And again, I'm just using the side of my brush and I'm just hitting this main lights and then leaving the dark shadow. Sort of going to mirror her hair a little bit. Idle in, more paint, more water. Okay. The detail on this mini is very, very high. And there's little tiny fur marks that are on the model. Okay. That looks okay. I'm not 100% I like that. If I need to, I can go back and change the color. I think it needs to be more of the same color as her sweater. Because like if you look, there's the tail is back here and you can see it. And it is the same color as her sweater. Roughly. All right. Julian says, I love painting things from different games and collections, different color choices. For example, Shades of Brimstone is bright and cartoonish. Haiti is darker and saturated, less saturated, with a lot of complex highlights, for sure, for sure. DH Star Wars says, you live in a humidifier. It's called Houston. That's so funny. Okay. Oh my gosh. Did they update the follower and notification buttons? I don't know. I haven't looked. They did say that they were going to put them, I think I read something that they were going to put them in different places soon. color choice on following someone seems like it's asking you to click on it to fill it in. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna get my brown gray right there, and I'm gonna put that on my palette for my tail because I think it needs to be that color to match. Okay, glasses are off again. And now, so now I'm gonna try to see if I can pick out like the little main highlights of this. I don't wanna lose all my brown. So I'm just gonna be picky about where I put the little bits of highlight. Maybe just catching some of those extra details. Ooh. There we go. Okay, that's getting better. Starting to look more almost like squirrely now. I like that. So Pascal, is anybody besides Pascal? I know Sneaky and Pascal are planning on possibly going to Eindhoven in 2020, which is just next year now. It'll be here before we know it. And I wanted to know, is there any specific thing, if I'm in Eindhoven, because I'm planning on going, is there anything that I need to make sure that I see while I'm there? Because I don't know what kind of city it is or what it's like. I'm going to use the same brown to highlight the boots on the tip of the boot here. I want the boots relatively dark. So I'm just trying to find the lines on them and grab those as a highlight. That's not bad. Okay. So this is my first highlight, and what I will do is I'll have a second highlight that'll be lighter, hopefully, maybe. There's those, oh my gosh. Sometimes I know my limitations. And I know that there's like little straps on her laces, and that normally some people would go out of their way and try to paint each lace. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not here for that. I don't have time. But I'm going to try to get at least a little bit of the laces on here. That's not bad, actually. I'm pretty impressed with that. If I can paint something detailed fast, then I can deal with it. Hi, checking chat. Trillian says, I'm finishing up paint you something for Christmas stuff. Ah, yes. Not possibly, certainly. Awesome. Eindhoven itself, yeah, not much to see. Oh, that's too bad. Well, wait a minute. I'm from America. There's going to be a million things for me to see because I'm never been to Netherlands. So maybe, like even in Austria, the Nordsee, which is just the little like fish, like fast food place. We don't have that in the US. So like, is there something like that, like a Nordsee, I don't care. If it's not in the US, I want to see it. So much is different. You take it for granted, guys. You take your coolness for granted. My friend Marcus came to the US 2 years ago for Adepticon, and we were like, okay, we're going to take you to all these really cool American Chicago restaurants, and where do you want to go? And he said Red Lobster, and I was like, what? You don't come to the US to go to Red Lobster. I mean, maybe you do, but I was shocked. And so but you never know. Maybe our boring Red Lobster is his awesome, fisherman's feast. I don't. Well, I guess Austria does have a hard time getting fresh seafood, but I mean, so does Illinois. So like that's why I wouldn't go to Red Lobster in Illinois. I would go to a nice restaurant somewhere. Even Joe's Crab Shack is better. All right, this is tricky because she's got very, very small details on these boots. And I guess it's so dry, I'm not able to glaze as well as I want. I think I'm going to put a drop of slow dry. This is slow dry? Flow Improver. This is Flow Improver. I'm going to put this on my palette, and then I can dip my brush in it when I go to paint. Sorry, Drying Retarder. That's what it is. Not Flow Improver. It's Drying Retarder. And I can put a little bit in it, and it'll help me glaze a little bit better. That is already tons better. Oh my gosh. Your Brimstone friend wants you to paint his entire collection for very little money. So instead you paint one monster type for Christmas for his birthday. Aw, that's nice. I wouldn't say that. You're going Nordsee? Nordsee is is like it's a fish restaurant, or like a kind of like, it would be the equivalent of Long John Silver's, but Austrian, and much better and way better food, because they do food really well in Vienna. But yeah, so like, it's so funny. Get that highlight on the, see this, you can kind of see a natural highlight from, see how it goes like this? From the lighting in the room, and you just kind of follow it and blend it in. With the drying retarder, it really helps. Drying retarder helps the lighter colors from being chalky. The drying retarder that is in this thing, it's in my profile under Shoshie Recommends, and it's called True Facts Drying Retarder. But if you live in Europe, get Amsterdam. Isn't it ironic that we're talking about Dutch things, and Amsterdam is the drying retarder. It's very expensive to get in the US, so just get the True Facts 50/50 water and 50/50 drying retarder in one of these pens. You actually don't need the pen for what I'm doing here, but it's nice. Yep, you can find all the Amazon links on my info page. Exactly. Try going to Prophetess. Wait, how do I say that? Prophetess. Prophetess. I'm guessing, based on my German. I'm gonna always speak Dutch with a German accent, a bad German accent, a German American accent. They have tiny pancake snacks. Oh my gosh, that sounds good. Prophetess. See, we don't have that here. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like, what should I see? And then you say, I know nothing. And then I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so glad I used this drying retarder. I'm so much happier with this. Sometimes I want a more defined line. There we go. Can you guys see? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can see it on my camera. It's okay. It's very, very slight. So now I'm going to do the secondary highlight, which I'm going to mix a little bit of the pale skin with the gray, so the brown gray. Stroopwafel. Did I say it right? Stroopwafel. Because I know that you guys don't have the W sound like we do. Stroopwafel. The only problem with stroopwafel and different pancakes and things is that I'm gluten intolerant, and so I can't eat any of that fun stuff. I am coming to Eindhoven with a friend who is also, see how that popped that out right there, nice. So yeah, that's unfortunate because I can't have all of the good things. European pastries and bread. Like seriously, you guys do bread like amazingly well. When I went to Germany and Austria, they felt so bad for me that I wasn't able to have bread or beer. They were like, can you imagine going to Germany and telling them like, I can't eat bread or beer. And that's like mostly what they eat. Stroopwafel. Did I mess it up? Stroopwafel. This is how I would say it with my American accent. Stroopwafel. I pictured this with a snow base covered in sakura blossoms. That's a cool idea. No, on the dot. Stroopwafel. Okay, good. I'm gonna try to learn some Dutch before I go. That would be cool. It's very similar to German, to my ears anyway. It almost sounds like a German dialect. But the difference is, oh, and get all the edges, because gosh, that's gonna make a difference. I feel like these tiny little, and this is just the ooh, look at that, pop. And what I used there was just the pale skin. And I'm gonna do some on the edge of here and see what happens. That looks pretty good. That's good. Here, pop. That's actually pretty nice. I feel like it needs some dark colors now. I'm gonna take some of that blue that I've got on my palette and mix that with my leather color and see, and then a little bit of this red also. Go back to my okay, I'm gonna use ink for this part. I think chestnut ink or black ink. Here, we've got black, flat black. That's not what I want. Here we go, glasses. And if I can't find my chestnut ink, what I'll do is I'll probably use my, I've got this, I call it grease wash, but it's basically a mix of Agrax, Nuln Oil, and might be just those two, I'm not sure. Love her hair, and you nailed the skirt and hat tones too. Thank you, Zab. Yeah, she's really coming along nice. When I get the details on here, because I don't know if you guys can see this, but she's got these little rings. I'm gonna put those on her. And then she's got other little details we need to cover as well, which I just noticed not on her. It's so funny. They did the nose ring. She's got a tiny little nose ring and a lip ring on the model, but they didn't do the rings on the shoulder or on the back of the hand. Maybe they just didn't have enough time. All right, good night. Good night, Mr. Snowiak. Oh, it's time for a stretch break. All right, give me 1 second. We're gonna all stretch. All right, everybody get up out of your chairs. Oh my gosh, you can hear my back crack. It shows how old I am. It's like pop, pop, pop. There we go. That feels good. Woo! Everybody get up? Did you get up? You didn't get up, did you? Get up. Snap, crackle, pop. Exactly. That's how it feels too. It feels nice. And it's funny because like so often I'll be painting and then I'll just forget to get up and stretch, and then when I do, I remember why I do it. Hey, from Chicago, hoping all is well. Yes, are you getting ready for the snow we're about to get? Blake, I'm not looking forward to it, but all right, let's see. I need some more highlights on this ringtail fox here, the tail. Wait, oh, overhead. I was like, wait, I'm not painting on cam. There we go. There, that's better. Just gonna get the little curls here. I'm in central Illinois, but we don't always get the snowpocalypse that Chicago gets. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. We're supposed to get 6 to 8 inches. I was just talking to a friend that part of Germany. Like I said, I have a friend in Germany, and they got 2 meters of snow, which is insane. That's like I'm 1.5 meters tall, so that's more snow than I am tall. Amazing. Right, that looks okay. I'm not 100% on that. I feel like this model might need more tweaking than I can do in 2 streams. You're a little further south, Louisville, Kentucky. You'll probably get a slushy mix. Possibly, although Kentucky sometimes gets hit with the weather comes up through Texas, and sometimes Louisville, and I know it said it's Louisville, not Louisville. And I know that sometimes you guys get hit with it before we do. I had a boyfriend at one point when I was in high school who was from Cairo, Illinois, and that is very close to Louisville. All right, we're doing good. What else do we need? We need to do the red on her backpack because it's not good enough right now. Let's see. Let's do the red. Maybe some blood red. Yeah, that'll work good. Dear it back, need to feel pupper tummies. Oh. Okay, this is a good red because it's got a lot of orange in it. And I'm gonna go here up against the, ooh, here we go. Leave the shadow parts shadowed. Might need to do a couple layers of this because the shadow color under it is affecting the red. It's making it look darker than it actually is. See, that looks pretty cool. Now I did the Tindalos red was a satin, and this blood red is a matte, so that's going to add some nice contrast because it'll also give some depth to my shadows being satin. It's already getting lighter with the second and third coats. I like that. It's looking more and more like the art card. You heard that Michigan isn't supposed to get the snow they were anticipating? I hope so. Maybe we'll luck out. I really hope so. Okay, there's a little pocket back here. See how the dark makes this lighter red? Now it's looking really good because it gave me that contrast that I wanted. And I might even throw a little bit of that Mars. Might throw a little bit, actually this, not the Mars, but this pale skin in here. Yeah, look at that. That made it pop. And then we can glaze some red back over it in a minute. Yeah, that's gonna look amazing. By the way, I've talked about this before. This model is gonna be for sale. So if you're interested in buying her, just shoot me a message. Ooh. See, that looks, this is being glazed over that red that was lighter. Now it's getting, that's much better. It's not as pink. Almost done with the backpack. Just hit the corners of the backpack with a little highlight. Like I said, I'm hoping that we don't get much snow because I'm planning a Kingdom Death group to come over Sunday, and I'm really looking forward to it. All right, let me get the orange. Here's the Mars orange. We're gonna paint that little fox that's on her backpack. I'm gonna add a little bit of drying retarder to this because the orange does kind of tend to, oh yeah, that looks good right there. The orange will sometimes chalk out on me, and I don't want it to do that. With the drying retarder, it's less likely to do that. There we go. Painting his little face. I'm gonna get a little bit more red orange here and paint the ears. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of this orange into his tail now. On parts. That feels much better with the orange in it than it did with the pastel color. Okay. He's got little eyes. I'm gonna make him, I need some black color or something. Maybe the Arbuckle's brown will be dark enough. Your dog is snoring so loud. Kapaka, are you in the United States, or is it evening in the Europe where he is, where your dog is, that he's sleeping? Paint the inside of this fox's ears orange and his, or sorry, not orange, this Arbuckle's brown. That's pretty dang cute. Oh my gosh. I think I'll make his tufts of his ears. I'm trying to think what a fox. We just looked it up. A fox has a dark black on the top of his ears though, doesn't he? I don't want to add another color, so I'm going to try to use this blue. Mix it with my red to make a dark purple. A lot of times I'll use purple as a substitute for black. That's much better. And then let's do, I'm just curious if we did a little, kind of like a fox, a little tufts of white on the tip of the tail. Oh, I'm happy with that. That looks pretty cool. And then we'll use that black on the very ends of the tail. Well, purple. Cool, not bad. All right. Shall we do the back of her hair and then we'll do some more details? Am I going to be at Gen Con? I will. I don't know yet what I'm teaching or how many classes I'm teaching, but I will be at Gen Con. You're in Kentucky, you have 2 beagles, boys, that are brothers. Aw. Trillian, wow, thank you so much. Your cheer means so much to me. Thank you. Mad love to Trillian. Let's give her some hype. Pascal says, oh my God, I'm dead. I just finished the first bits of the wings on the hawk. Oh my gosh, you were doing all the textures? Yeah, that's a lot of concentration. But at least you got it done, right? Thank you so much. All right. We're gonna mix all the dark spots in here. I think I will go ahead and just put just a smidge of black into my palette. I don't like to use black because it dries very flat, but I'm gonna do that for oh wow, another subscriber, Storm Phoenix, thank you so much. 4 months in a row, 1/4 of the planet's orbit around the sun. Thank you. So you've been with me almost all winter, right? Or rather almost an entire season. That's great. Thank you so much. We're going to be hopefully painting more Kingdom Death this year than we did last year. That's my hope. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm putting that black in separate. Oh man, you know what? Sometimes I say like, I don't want to use black, and then I use it, and then I'm like, why am I not using black? It looks great. I'm going to put the black and just delineate. We're delineating with the black. Sometimes it needs it. Go ahead and put that on there. I'll put a wrist back after I finish. So we're delineating all the drop shadows and everything. Give more contrast. Maybe it's on larger models you want to use less black. I did mix it with my blue and my... All right, we're delineating. That means we're gonna... In between where a new color changes. It might be too thick. Question. Here we go. That looks good. I like that. I'm going to do that again. Yeah, that looks good to me. So I'm going to put some more. Now it's really starting to pop. It just looked kind of flat before because I didn't have my dark shadows. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the subscription. Mad love, so much, so much. Hype, hype, hype. Trillion, you gifted to Pascal Ruse. Pascal, now you can use all my emotes. Let me show you all our cool emotes, everybody. We've got thumbs up. We've got Shoshie love with the heart eyes. We've got grumpy Shoshie. We've got sassy Shoshie. Shoshie heart. Shoshie cat hair. Shoshie spiral. Shoshie rainbow. We got the hyper. Shoshie glasses. Cat stretch. Hello. That's all the emotes that you get with the tier 1. I know. It's so cool. Let's definitely give some hype. For those of you guys who gift subscriptions, it is so generous and so awesome of you. Yep, and then you can use those across Twitch too, and other people's channels. Everything. So I got a little black mistake here that I made. Can you see that? There we go. Now I'm going back and I'm hitting the highlights on the skirt. We can make, and this is with the white sands. Because I realize I've got all my midtones and everything. I don't have any of my highlights and shadows. There we go. Yay. Okay. She's really starting to look like a little person now. Brighten up the white on my tails here. Try to get them look to be more like foxes. That's not bad. Okay. Go in with the black again and get my, we call this, I guess we call it edge highlighting, or not edge highlighting, dark lining. And I always forget to dark line my smaller minis. It makes such a big difference. There. See, it's really going to make a difference on this backpack. Watch. Put a little drop shadow behind the box. So cute. Better. Okay, now let's do the hair. This is somebody, I think it was Flick, was asking me about the hair. Here's my orange. And on the apex of the hair, you're gonna hit that highlight like that. And then this is where you might want a little drying retarder again, because that orange is really difficult to work with. If it gets dry too quickly, it chalks up bad. Okay. Give me 1 second, I'll check out chat. See how I'm only hitting the apex of hair. Red hair was one of the first hair colors I felt like I did a good job on a mini. It's because you start with brown and then you go up to orange. And I just felt like it was one of the easier colors to do. All right, now we take a little yellow. This is a very kind of greeny yellow, but it'll look good with her skirt. And you're making that an even smaller highlight, right? 'Cause that's your little gleam. Okay, now then I go glaze it again with that orange. I'm gonna use a little drying retarder again. Yeah, drying retarder. Glaze it over that yellow and then it'll be a brighter orange, right? Because that yellow's behind it. I'm already pretty happy with that. See if we can get some of that in this foxtail as well. Maybe that's what was missing on it. It didn't match exactly. Let's do a little yellow on that. On the little fox body. And then the drying retarder in the orange again. I'm pretty happy with that. That looks good. Okay, let's check chat. I see some people asking me. Pascal says, I just posted the whip on the wings on my Instagram. If you like, have a peek. We're gonna not only look at it, and we're gonna share it. So let's see here. Instagram. Pascal Ruse. There you are. Oh, very pretty. Very nice. I'm going to share this for everybody to take a peek at. This is Pascal Ruse's hawk that he's working on. Oh, what did I miss? Trillian says, no one has those yet, but it should be pretty soon. He picked up a lot of the previews for Fofo. What is Fofo again? I missed that. Trillian says, I base with metallic copper. That's a really good idea. Let me get the metallic copper. That is a fantastic idea. Let me try that. Trillian has inspired me. Do I have metallic copper? Yes, I do. Wait. I have to find it. I've got a million different kinds. I don't use copper lots, but I have it somewhere. Here's old copper. It's not a bright copper though. That's what I want. Probably like a brassy brass. I'm gonna find this and try this because I like that idea on a redhead of a coppery kind of shimmer. And that makes sense to me. Why am I not finding any coppers? That's so weird. Probably because I don't use it a lot. Gold. Well, let's try, maybe I can add a bright, maybe I can add a, wait, here's a copper. Oh my gosh, it's not even any color you guys will probably have. This is Super Copper by Lumiere by Jacquard. And these are like some metallics that I got from Amazon. I think they're in my Shoshie Recommends. Love this idea. If this works, I'm going to give you some points. You have to have the metal craft. Use pale gold under blonde. That's so good. Such a great idea. All right, let me try this. All right, I'm going to do the little hopper. Oh my God, Trillion. It really looks cool already. It looks good as just a little shimmer highlight. All right, we're gonna give Trillion some points for this in just a second for this really awesome idea I haven't tried before. It just hasn't occurred to me to try to use almost like a demi-metallic in a hair, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You should be proper chuffed, Miss Trillion. That's a great tool here. Okay. Now I'm just kind of glazing it over my orange because I'm loving it everywhere. Okay. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of orange here. And on the front, this copper. My goodness. That just took it to the next level for sure. So all we did was we used that metallic copper on the highlights. Leave the brown at the bottom there. Do some over here too. You know, when she said it, I was like, I pictured it in my head, and I was like, that could look amazing. And this is exactly what I pictured in my head too. And for kicks, I'm going to put a little bit of copper on. There's like a little zipper bag here. That hopefully will pick up some of the other. There's also a little buckle over here. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. So happy now. Okay, let me give Trillion, you need some points for this. This is pretty awesome. Hold on one second. I gotta tell you guys, this is why I do this. This is why I reward you for giving me advice. Because I know that I learn stuff. And then I learn stuff, and then I do it again, and other people learn stuff, and then the whole community just benefits from it. We all just get better together. And it's so awesome. I mean, I'm really happy with this. You got to see this again. Look at that. It's so pretty. You just came to life. Yay! If I could cheer you back, Tyrillian, I would. Yeah, I'm gonna do metallics in my hair a lot more. So, you know, it's interesting that she said that because I learned to use metallics on skin and in hair from Julio Cabos. He does the same thing. He'll use like a white metallic for white hair. This is the speed metal, and it looks fantastic on white hair. Yes, hype. Yes, hype. Everybody, give some hype. One day you will stream. That'd be great. I will watch you. Ice the cake, exactly. Oh, good. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more over here. Oh my gosh, so pretty. It really looks good as a highlight. Like, I wouldn't do entirely metal. I like it how it looks with the brown undertones. But it really feels like actual, I don't know, I just love it. Just love it. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that's being said, I'm gonna add some she's got this little like metal plate down here under her sweater. I'm gonna paint that with a little bit of this copper as well. By the way, this is Lumiere by Jacquard. This is in my Shoshie Recommends, and there's a whole bunch of colored metallics that they make that they're very similar to the shifting paints that Green Stuff World has. I really like them, and they're a lot cheaper. They're only like, how much are they? Lumiere by Jacquard work out to be like almost like $1 a bottle because you get like 9 or 10 paints for $10 or something like that. Okay, now I gotta go back, finish painting her wrist because I lost it earlier. I'm gonna do my basic skin and back too. Here we go. Okay. Does she have fingerless gloves? She does have fingerless gloves, so make sure to get the fingerless gloves, fingers painted. She's looking really nice. Okay. I'm just getting the tops of her sweater. I feel like I could go up a little bit in contrast with that. I'm going to add a little bit of this white sands because, again, I feel like a little bit of drying retarder. Just see if I can go up in value much without losing my main tone. Yeah, I actually like that. That looks good. See how that popped her arm out? Okay, last, this is drying retarder. I'm going to put it directly on her knee by itself, and then I'll add some of this lighter color here to highlight. I'm going to see what happens if I want to make this a little bit transparent. So I'm going to add a little bit of flesh color to it. I'm not sure about that. See if I can do it to this knee better. Slightly better. It doesn't look really transparent, so I'm gonna blend it a little bit more. Nope, doesn't work for me. That peachy color doesn't work on that leg. I think it needs to be more like a white instead of a peach. Let's try the ivory. That's better. Yeah, that looks a lot better with her shirt. Get the drying retarder in here. Oh, so much better. More drying. Like, I'm using the drying retarder as my blending medium. Kind of like how the other day when I had the Lamia medium and that helped me a lot. That's cute as heck. We should take that up a little bit more, that color. That's better. See, we're changing the mini. Now the drying retarder, if you put too much on, it will reactivate every time you touch it. So with water, so you gotta kind of make sure that you get it to where you want it and then don't touch it. I'm gonna see, I feel like I need some kind of darker wash on her legs, or not her legs, her boots. So do I have Nolan oil somewhere? Or even an armor wash? Let's try this armor wash on her boots. And if they're a little shiny, that's okay because it does have leather boots on. I'll check chat. Dark Star Metallics, I've heard good things. Genuine Vision is sponsored by them, and he loves them. Okay, we put a little dark wash on our boots, and I think that is working for me. I like that a lot. Let's do a little bit more red in here. Just on the corners of things. That's so cute. Now I'm going to go in with this. There's like little creases on the folds of her stockings. I'm going to give them a little extra bright contrasty color there. Bam. So happy. She's looking really good, guys. Okay, so let's get the back of her legs, because you know me, like I'm always gonna paint the front of the mini, the better than the back. Don't neglect the back though. That looks pretty good. There's also another little crease on her stockings here. Pop. Pop, pop, pop. All right, a little bit of I think it needs that. This is just on the edge of her. Take a little bit of yellow, just a smidge of yellow. And that actually could use a little bit of gold too, couldn't it? It's almost like her hair is reflecting her clothing. I really like that. Okay, so the front of her legs are, that's okay. I can live with that. We just need to paint her weapon, and it's nunchucks, and we have to glue that other piece of, I stuck it right here because it broke off. Let's attempt to glue it on first, which is going to be fun. Not fun. A little bit of super glue. I'll put a little bit here. And then I can put the mini into that, and then hopefully we're going to definitely need Bondic with this. I think this is the second time I've had to glue this on. Oi. Yeah, it's the second time because I can see the Bondic right there. And who knows if this is even going to stay. Nope, it will not. Oh. See if I can get my quick Insta set prayer circle. And then I need the Bondic after that. Where is it? Bondic reinforces super glue. It doesn't work as a glue. See there? I got it to stay. My gosh. There it is. Second time. I know. Singing Lockpick. Hello. My gosh. How are you? Singing Lockpick is a very, very old friend of mine. In fact, we were talking about my World of Warcraft days just a little bit ago, Singing Lockpick, and I met them through World of Warcraft. So they knew me in my darkest days. Here we go. This is the Bondic. Bondic is life. Here we go. Hey girl, hey. Exactly. All right, so since I'm going to use this for the metal part, I'm just going to paint this on here, and then I can highlight it with the metal later. Might even do it with that copper since that looks so awesome. Anyway, we're getting close to the end of her, and she's looking fantastic. Look at her boots. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I love her boots. Boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats. All right, where does this go? This was the brown, that's right. But that's too dark. And then all of the chain up here. Bondic it paints really nicely. You don't need to do much at all to it. Okay. Almost done with the nunchuck. I love that she is a schoolgirl that has nunchucks. A little bit of black, just a smidge of black in that. And then we can paint these. A little bit of yellow to pop that out a little bit. There we go. So really all that's left is tiniest details that I can try to do a few of, but I'm really pretty blind to try to do on Twitch because I need to, let me try it. Let's see. So to make these little rings, I'm gonna get my yellow here and I'm gonna make a little yellow circle. Or maybe I'll try a little white circle and then I'll color it with the yellow later. It might work better. Yeah, let's do a little whitish yellowish circle. It's a little bit more opaque. So I'm trying to make them just circles right now, and then I can go in and put the little dot for the little ring. The trick is, these little rings are pretty close together, and so making them look good on close up is going to be tricky. Yeah, that's looking better. I think having ivory and then going back in and coloring them yellow is going to be the best bet. And then I'm going to just hit these little bumps on the nunchucks so that you can see them. Bam, bam, bam. And a little chain here. Okay. That is probably almost it. Let's see what time it is. Whew. Yep, it's 4:26. Let's see what you guys had to say while I was... Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now, singing Now she has her cootie shot, exactly. She's good. I got one more thing I want to do. I'm going to use black. And I'm going to paint the base, and you're going to see it's going to make a big difference. That's why I always try to paint the base. It just frames the mini. And like I said, she will be for sale. I'm going to post her on my Facebook page. So everybody there will see her on Instagram. Hold on, I need more black. There it is. EM sent. Okay, thank you. You're all infected. Oh noes. It's funny if we could keep that going, and the next raid we do, somebody does circle, just circle, dot, dot, and then infects the next channel. That'd be funny. All right, there she is. Bam. She's so cute. See if I can get a good close-up on her. And back. And I'm going to put more circles and stuff on the back. Really love that hair. I'm really happy with how the hair came out in the boots. Happy with the boots too, because they came out cute. All right. Yes, thank you so much, Ludo's Paints. Bad. Oh, you're all congrats, you're all infected. Cackle. Ah, you guys are great. Shoshie's cooties. Oh, don't call it that. It's not my cooties. It's her cooties. She's the one who has the circle dot dot. Oh my gosh. Yes, Ludo, you need to come from 2:30 to 4:30 on Mondays and Fridays. But hopefully you'll get to watch the rest of the show. Okay, I'm going to take a look and see who's streaming that I know. What is this person doing? Oh, wow. That's cool. Bjorn Hurry is painting something really cool. It looks like he doesn't have a mic or a cam, so we're not going to raid him for now. Let's see what this person is doing. Melindy, they're gaming, so we're not going to raid them. I'm trying to find somebody who's painting. Ah, here we go. Maroon Art Vibes. I haven't rated Art Vibes in a while. She's such a sweetie. You know what? Let's raid Next Level Painting. I know a lot of people like him. We haven't rated him in forever. It's been forever, and I don't know the last time that he was on during this time either. All right. All right, I'm going to pick this channel. Oops. All right, guys, hold on one second. We are going to be back Monday. Since we're pretty much done with Foxtail, we might start another Kingdom Death Mini, or I'm going to let you guys pick out of the big box of goodies, so you'll be able to pick. And we'll pick another mini, which I think you might pick the Kingdom Death Mini, but that's totally fine. All right, guys, mad love. Let's raid Next Level. Lots and lots of spam. He's going to be defending. He's going to be defending. I'm going to need you to fight with my emotes. All right, guys. Did it work? Okay, there we go. Rating now. All right, have a good one.